Hello and welcome into another edition of the Sun Devil Source 2-Minute Drill. I'm Sammy Miller alongside Chris Cartman, and following Friday's practice, wide receivers coach Bobby Wade echoed something that's previously been mentioned by head coach Herm Edwards and others, which is they believe that their offense will be speedier this season.
Yeah, wide receiver position, they added three newcomers, two of whom, Charles Hall and Zeke Freeman, are not well known, but both of those guys have a speed element. Of course, they have Elijah Badger and Brian Thompson and Andre Johnson, who also have the ability to take the top off the defense. So that plus Emory Jones' athleticism as a quarterback, Xavier Valverde, Daniel Ngata, it seems like perhaps they could be speedier, and we'll see if that proves to be true.
And yesterday, Herm Edwards finally announced that their starting quarterback would be Emory Jones, and he came to the podium today and spoke to us. What were your biggest takeaways with that?
Yeah, he's even-keeled, poised, someone who seems to have some presence and thinks before he speaks. And a lot of the players have mentioned his leadership both on and off the field, and you see that he's somewhat of a steady, calming influence type of a guy. I think he said a lot of the right things, and now it's about like how that carries forward into the season.
And previously, the defensive coordinator, Donnie Henderson, said that he really thinks he has 9 of his 11 starters. What other battles do you see taking place?
Yeah, I think the Michael Matus injury makes it interesting with defensive end because they have Anthony Cooper, Joe Moore, and Trevezmore, three guys kind of fighting for maybe 2 starting spots. Cooper was playing mostly second-team reps, but then today took first-team reps ahead of Trevezmore with Joe Moore on the other side, on the left side. And then I think the secondary is still a little bit somewhat undecided. We have Tamarcus Davis, who's been out of practice, and they've had Luckett is an option, but Ro Torrance is the guy who's kind of mostly started with the ones opposite of Keon Markham. So I think those 3 corners are fighting for 2 spots. And then at safety, we've primarily seen Corey Bethley as a backup, which has kind of surprised me because he was maybe the most impact guy addition from Hawaii that ASU had in the secondary. But Chris Edmonds and Keon Markham have been starting quite a bit with the first group, with Bethley being a nickel and a 2 guy. So I think between corner and safety and then defensive end, that's kind of where the questions remain. It's a little bit fuzzy. Defensive tackles and linebackers, it's extremely sort of solid. Connor Sholey is looking to be the starter alongside his brother Kyle Soley, with Merlin Robertson as a linebacker.
Well, that's it for us on this edition of the Sun Devil Source 2-Minute Drill. Make sure to follow along for a lot more coverage.